morning, everybody. It's about 30 seconds left on the warm-up clock. This is game 2 of the Winter Freeze Tournament hosted by the Des Moines Junior Buck Association. Yesterday, the 12U Pee Wee Blue team that you see here in front of you in the white took their first win. It was a 13-5, I believe, was final score. This morning, they are playing the Kansas City Stars. And then we'll be back this afternoon for a 1:30 game. Shane's going to be live streaming that as we have other kiddo events on the other side of town going on. So you get to hang out with me this morning. Like I said, we're going to be in white this morning, and we have our full roster. It's super chilly and icy outside, so hopefully all of the teams coming in today are safe in their journey to the rink. Recplex has been really good about keeping everything nice and salted and cleaned up for everyone, trying to keep it as safe as possible. These are 12-minute periods. All right, right away on the drop, Tate Widlund in there, getting it off over to his left wingman. It looks like that's Batten over there. Batten making a shot. No good on that one, but Fitch going to pick it up in the corner, getting it off to Widlund, trying to pick it off of the boards, but he's got full coverage around. Fitch also helping him out. Widlund able to sneak a stick in there and peel the puck away, but it's going to be overturned to the Stars to bring it out of their zone. Taken back by Des Moines. Batten this time running it up. No one in front, slowing him down. Shot goes off, going to be stopped by the Kansas City goaltender in there. Covered it and sweeps it back out. Kansas City able to clear it in and out of neutral zone. Dumps it into spectators' corner. Iowa there trying to pick it off. Iowa sweeps it away. Kansas City keeping it in the zone. Gets it sent all the way up. Iowa goaltender shuts it down, sweeps to the side. Puck still in play. Stars trying to set up another one. Iowa defense out in front of the net. Clear it out. Ladd was on that one. This time, number 92 for Iowa. That was Fitch there. Iowa dumps it hard back into Kansas City zone. We're just going to pass that goal line. Icing call. Back in Iowa's zone, puck goes down in the circle. Kansas City working hard to keep it in this zone. Anderson will be the first one to respond to it. Kansas City takes it over in between spectators' circle. Iowa gets it passed up in a neutral zone. Anderson continuing to run it, sends a shot, but it's going to go way wide out in front. Iowa keeping it in. And it was Flattery, actually, there on the other side, sends it back. Kansas City responds to it behind their goal line, sends it up. Retrieved in neutral zone. Pass continues forward, passes the blue line. Kansas City sends it up towards the net. Anderson to meet it back behind Iowa's net. Forward pass up to O'Steen. Kansas City working to keep it in the zone. Tries to work it around Anderson. Shot way wide. Kansas City to pick it up on the far side. Sends it back behind Iowa's net. Iowa to pick it up. Anderson there. Tries to get a pass off into center zone. Kansas City to pick up the pass. Brings it back into the zone. Pass into center, not retrieved. Iowa to pick it up in the corner, trying to work it along the boards. Kansas City at the blue line, keeping it in. Bryant with a stick on it for a short moment. Austgen in there trying to slow it down, not able to do so. Iowa picks it up backside of their net, sends it forward. Batten working hard to clear it out of the zone, and it's going to pass the blue line. Kansas City sends it back in. Gordon chasing it down behind Iowa's net, tries to send it off, sends it to Marin. Marin, nice pass over to Anderson. Anderson working it up the boards. Shot. That one's going to go behind the net. Glove save. 9 minutes left in a 12-minute period. Puck is down. Benning on the drop. Bryant trying to peel it off of the boards. Kansas City responds to it, sends it back. Benning tries to shut it down. Capper keeps it in the zone, slaps it up, tries to get it to Bryant. Bryant can't connect with it. But between Marin and Bryant, they're able to sneak it in. Goal number 1 going to the Bucs. Bryant getting credit for the goal with an assist from 87. And a second assist, it looks like, from Benning. Score is 1-0. Bucs leading. 8:41 left in period 1. Puck is back down. Iowa kicks it out of their zone at the blue line, sends it up. Bryant, pass intended for Benning, can't quite get it to him. Capper trying to peel it off of Kansas City is going to bring it all the way back into his zone. Following it around and sends it along the boards behind Iowa's net. Bryant tries to pick it up. Kansas City going to respond to it first, sends it back. Looks like Wacht over there on the far side was chasing it down. Gets it to Marin. Marin sends it in to Bryant. Bryant has it with double coverage, but he has 2 of his own players to help him out. Wacht gets it, sends it back up to Bryant. Bryant doesn't connect with it, but it's going to find it in the corner. Tries to get it up in center. Bryant to Benning, and Benning putting that one in. Goal number 2 for the Bucs at the 7:54-minute mark. Bucs over the Stars, 2-0. Widlund on the drop this time, 52 for Bucs. It's going to get it back to Austgen, and Austgen over to Curley. Curley trying to send it up the boards. Iowa working hard. A little scuffle there along the boards. I'm going to be the first one to get it. Batten working it around. Noah with a backhanded assist, going to hit off of the rail. Iowa getting it out in front center. Widlund was on it. Couldn't quite get it the direction he wanted to go. Kansas City comes out with the puck in front of their net, in and out of neutral zone, up over the boards. Tate gets tripped up. Kansas City taking a shot. This one just on the outside of the rail there. Iowa retrieves that loose puck, is able to get it out of their zone. Kansas City to pick it up in a neutral zone, but Batten's going to work it around him. And, excuse me, that was Fitch on that one. Fitch trying to get it all the way up to the goal there, working it out of the corner. Fitch sends it into center. Widlund was there waiting for it, had full coverage all the way around him. Puck's overturned to the Stars. They take it in and out of neutral zone. Anderson speeding up, picks it over in the far corner. Brings it around Iowa's net, sends it up along the boards. Kansas City going to respond and keep it in. Pass it up off to Kansas City, take a shot, and that was going to be shut down by the Bucs goalie. We have Westvold in net today. Sickles was in the net last night, so we'll probably see him in the net again this afternoon. Puck's down. Kansas City again sends that one up. Westvold was trying to glove save that one. It looks like it just went over his left hand there. Puck still in play. Iowa defenders out in front of the net trying to clear it out. Kansas City to pick it up in the net, keeping it in the zone. Doesn't quite connect, and it's going to pass out. Kansas City player kind of taken out as they look for the puck. Austgen brings it into Kansas City's territory. Tries to get it over to O'Steen. O'Steen able to pick it up. Gets it to Flattery. Flattery responds to it in the net, gets it out in center to Austgen. Austgen trying to clear it out. Kansas City stays on it. Iowa right at the blue line tosses it back in. Kansas City knocks it back out. Gordon with a cross-ice pass in the neutral zone up to Austgen, who brings it back into the zone once everyone was on sides again. Looks to set it up for O'Steen. Can't quite get it there. Kansas City going to pick it off of the wall. Capper keeps it in. O'Steen chasing it down, trying to pick it off. Kansas City is going to dump it back behind their own net along the boards to be retrieved by their own teammate on the far side. Iowa keeps it in for a moment, but after a collision, Kansas City takes it back. Austgen picks up that loose puck. The player left between his feet gets it to Flattery. Flattery with the shot attempt. That one no good. Tries to get it back into center. Austgen trying to pick it out between the feet, but Kansas City is going to come away with a loose puck in and out of neutral zone. Back pass to a teammate. Shot attempt, no good. Iowa goalie shuts it down. Benning on the drop for Des Moines. Puck is down. Marin comes out with it for a second, sends it up forward and gets it into neutral zone. Kansas City respond and send it back in. Iowa tries to pick it up off the boards. Kansas City comes in from the back and sends it along deep into the zone. Kansas City trying to center it up. Defenseman for Iowa clears it out. Iowa clears it off of the boards, back in a neutral zone. Benning trying to work it there. Curley again coming from behind. Bryant coming back from behind, trying to clear it out still. Kansas City getting it all the way up to the net, but Westvold going to sit on it. Benning again back on the drop for Iowa. Tries to get up to Bryant. Bryant with Marin. Marin with a shove there. Somebody out in front of him was in his way. Cleared the lane. Puck back in neutral zone. Benning trying to chase it down. Kansas City going to get there first. Sends it back. Picked up by Kansas City. Brought into the zone. Iowa defense sends it back up, but it's going to be picked up by Kansas City. Dumped into spectator's corner. Kansas City centers it out. Pass intended comes off of the stick, and they have to pick it up, reset. One shot attempt goes off of goaltender's pads and stick there. Puck picked up by Kansas City, trying to sneak it in the corner. Westvold not letting that happen. Benning trying to dig it out of the net on the backside.
Zander just jumped out.
Widlund on the drop for Iowa. Puck finally clear of the initial shuffle, and we see Batten running hard with it in and out of neutral zone. Continues to stay with it. Shot goes backside of the net. Kansas City going to retrieve it on the far side. Iowa keeps it in the zone. Anderson working it along the boards. Not but able to stay with it, and it's going to follow the boards all the way behind Iowa's goal line. Icing call to Iowa's advantage as we reset over in front of Kansas City's net. 3:18 left in period one. Score is 2-0. Bucs leading over the Stars. Widlund again on the drop. Dumps it down, able to pass it through the Stars center's feet, working around. Iowa smacks it inside the zone, back up Kansas City to respond to it. Sends it along the boards. Widlund knocked it back in. Batten in the corner. Sends it behind Kansas City's net. Far side. Iowa keeps it in the zone. Hard shot all the way up to the net. Deflected down by the goalie. Iowa trying to get sticks down and pick up that rebound. Not able to do so. Kansas City and Iowa both trying to dig it out of the corner. Loose puck comes away, and Kansas City has possession of it. Brings it in and out of neutral zone as he passed it off to himself. Shot taken as he passes inside the blue line. It's going to go way wide. Hits the corner boards. Anderson picking it up for Iowa. Brings it backside of the net. Lets everyone chases him. Hard shot. Flips around. Passes to Widlund. Widlund on up into neutral zone. Dumps it out. This time we have an icing call to the Stars' advantage. Puck is down. Wacht going to carry it around the net. Dumps it forward. Kansas City not able to keep it in the zone, and it's a race to see who can touch it first. Looks like Kansas City's going to get a stick on it. Brings it in the spectator corner in their zone. Osteen trying to slow him down at the boards. Little outnumbered. It's going to go all the way back to Capper at the blue line. He dumps it back in. Osteen again there trying to knock it off. The stick of Kansas City. Capper again at the blue line. Tries to get a slapper out there. Couldn't get enough momentum on it. Kansas City takes that loose puck. Austgen again this time dumps it back into the zone after everyone had reset. Kansas City finding a loose puck and dumps it way back into Iowa's zone. Wacht's going to get there before it hits that goal line. Brings it around the net. Trying to avoid a stick to the face. Kansas City with some high sticking going on. No call or anything on that. No contact was made. Able to get it up to Austgen in the neutral zone. Austgen trying to carry on with it. He had gone down, tried to fight for it while he was sliding on the ice. Austgen again over on the far side, able to do a pass back to Osteen. Osteen to Flattery. Flattery trying to set it up, working around double pressure. It gets knocked off his stick. Able to pick it up, knocks it off of the board, picked up by Kansas City in the corner. Flattery with it. Kansas City picks it off. Flattery again fighting for it. Kansas City finds it between their feet, knocks it back. Wacht's going to pick it up inside the neutral zone, sends it over along the red line. Again to Capper. Capper this time going to run it all the way up. Loses it as a Kansas City member slides into him. Osteen picks it up at the wall, sends it back to Capper inside the blue. Dumps it out. Little high. Austgen can't get it shut down. Kansas City puts some gas on that puck and sends it all the way back behind Iowa's goal line. With 20 seconds left in period one. Another icing reset. Benning on drop for Iowa. Kansas City going to get it back to their D line, working it off of the boards. Marin tried to slow him down, not able to do so. Kansas City stays with it, able to pass it around in their zone, gets it into neutral territory. Iowa to pick it up. Ladd chasing it down as it goes back into Iowa's far corner. Stops and tries to swing it around. Passes it off to Marin. Marin working it around. Intended to get it up to Bryant. It connects, but we're going to have buzzer number one go off. Little 1 minute reset here while both teams collaborate. But score stands Bucs 2 over the Kansas City Stars at 0. Shot count so far is 7-5. Bucs leading that one. All right, heading into period 2, 12 minutes up on the clock. Both sides have switched here. Marin comes away with it, picks it out of the zone. Kansas City going to pick it off. Benning retrieves it in neutral territory, brings it just inside, sends it up to Bryant. Bryant's Marin. Marin picks it up at the blue line. Dekes it around one offense. Tries to get it over to Ladd on the far side. Can't quite give it enough. Marin to reset, and he brings it back into the zone just as his defender crossed the blue line, so no offsides there. That was good timing. Some Iowa players change out. Ladd keeps it out of Iowa's zone at the blue line, gets it sent up to Batten. Bratton trying to work it around, Benning with some assistance, but it's going to clear out of the zone. Curley chasing Kansas City down as they bring it into Iowa's territory. Sends it all the way up to the net. Westvold with a stop and cover. Puck's down, Widlund on center there. Gets it out from the feet and dumps it deep into the neutral zone. It's going to hit off of the wall, but no one able to touch it before it passes the Stars goal line. So go back to where we started. Widlund again on the drop. We're going to see Fitch bring it around the backside of the net. Kansas City keeping it in the zone. Widlund off of the wall. Kansas City again at the blue line, keeping it in. Passes it off. This time, Kansas City couldn't stop that one. Batten brings it into the neutral zone, having to fight for it the entire time. Able to dump it back. The Stars going to pick it up. Run it back into the neutral zone. Continues forward motion. As soon as he hits the blue, gives that one a shot. Iowa trying to glove save it, and it kind of bobbles inside the palm up over the top, and that one hits net. Kansas City getting their first goal in period 2 at the 10:24 minute mark. Bucs now leading 2-1 over the Stars. Back at the drop, Kansas City trying to keep it out of their zone. Iowa putting pressure on, able to bring it out of neutral into Kansas City zone. First one to break a blue line. Kansas City going to pick it back up. At the red line, working along the boards, loses his footing. Iowa trying to pick it off of the boards. Capper to send it along the wall behind Iowa's net. O'Steen carries forward momentum. Kansas City knocks it back into Iowa's zone. Wacht there, picks it up, passes it off in between two Kansas City defenders. Iowa able to continue forward progression. Flattery with it. In and out of the neutral zone. He sends one up to the goalie. It's going to hit his chest pads where he keeps it there. Hands it off to the ref. Nice shot attempt by Iowa. New line for Iowa comes out. Benning on the drop. Puck is down. Kansas City going to knock it over into the wall. Marin there fighting for it. Getting some assistance on the back from Benning. Marin able to clear it off the wall. Centers, passes it up. Intended for Bryant. Kansas City going to knock it out. Capper loses his feet, but still able to get a stick on the puck. Sends it back. Kansas City clearing it back into neutral zone at the blue line. We have an offsides call, but a hard collision by Kansas City into the boards right at their bench. Benning again on the drop. Benning over to Bryant. Bryant to clear it back. Another offsides call by Kansas City. Puck down. Benning on the puck. Gets it up to Marin. Marin continues it out of the neutral zone. Trying to pass it over. No one's there. Kansas City responds back to it. Ladd keeping it in the zone. Back up to Marin along the wall. He's looking to send it to somebody. Trying to lose pressure. Loses his foot in doing so. Kansas City going to pick it off the wall. Benning now with pressure. Back to Marin in the corner. Marin sends it out. Tries to get it to Bryant. Bryant is there. Goaltender also trying to pick it out of the air. Puck still in play over on the far side. Bryant on it. Gets it back to Benning. Benning with the soft shot attempt. Kansas City going to slow it down, deflect it out along the wall. Benning finds it, sends it back out. Kansas City responds to it, and it's going to be picked up by Ladd, brought into the neutral zone, carried over to Curley. Curley loses it to Kansas City as it's brought into Iowa's zone. Ladd going to pick it up, backside of Iowa's goal line, forwards it up to Benning. Benning carries it in the neutral zone. He's got coverage all around, tries to backhand it off. First attempt, no good. Second one gets it to Bryant. Bryant tries to get it up to Flattery. Batten. Batten sends it back from the far corner. Gordon to pick it up. Gordon with the shot. That one going to go all the way up to the rail. Kansas City defense clears it out. Iowa with another shot attempt, that one high. Kansas City off of the boards, gets it cleared out of the zone. Anderson this time to pick it up. Just inside of Iowa's blue line, sends it to Batten. Batten loses to Kansas City, and they maintain possession of it as they bring it into Iowa's zone. Back pass, shot attempt, shut down off of Anderson's backside. Kansas City picks it up over in the far corner, sends it back to their D member at the line. Iowa fights to clear it out. Fitch on the puck. He has one in front, takes a shot attempt, and that one finds the inside of the post. Unassisted goal on that one puts the Bucs at a goal count of 3 at 7:19 in period 2. Stars with 1. Flattery on the drop for Iowa. Flattery able to knock it down. Puck's going to break blue line first into Stars territory. Stars respond to it along the wall. Iowa clears it out. Austgen sends it way over to the other side, picked up by O'Steen. O'Steen backdrop to Capper. Capper trying to get it back up to O'Steen. Kansas City going to shut it down. Ref trying to get out of the way. Wacht chasing it down, picks it up inside of Iowa's zone, sends it all the way back over to O'Steen. O'Steen up to Flattery in the neutral zone, maintains forward possession of it as it clears Kansas City's blue line. Kansas City to pick it up, dumps it back out in a neutral zone. Capper over on the far side, going to respond to it. Can't quite get enough gas on it, but Iowa 32 there to help him out. Flattery again on that one, but Kansas City's going to bring it out of the neutral zone. Wacht stopping it short, sends it back. See a loose puck finally come off of spectator wall. Iowa going to find it first at Kansas City's far corner. Iowa working hard to get it in. And it's Austgen that finds that loose puck hanging out in the crease and knocks that one in. Found the loose puck and found an open hole. Bucs leading 4-1, 6:09 remaining in period 2. Benning on drop for Iowa. Pitches it right through Kansas City's feet. Kansas City's defense going to send it all the way back into Iowa's zone, though. Benning there in the quarter with some assist from Bryant, it looks like. Kansas City keeping it in Iowa's zone inside the blue, and he pitches that one forward, gets some assistance from another Kansas City player up there on post to carry that one into the net. Kansas City with their second goal of the game, trailing behind Bucs 4-2. 5:48 left in P2. Benning back on drop for Iowa. Puck down, pitched over. Marin can't quite connect with it. Kansas City going to toss it back. Ladd keeping it out of Iowa's zone, but Kansas City going to respond back. It gets picked up by Curley, trying to pull it out of his feet. Benning to come in and help him out. Benning up to Bryant. Bryant into Kansas City zone. Got pressure, trying to pass it over to Marin, but can't connect. Marin gets it deflected off of his stick. Just had a wrong angle there. Couldn't quite get that one in. Benning again with another attempt. Bryant chasing it down. Bryant with an attempt. That one's going to go high wide. Marin to pick it up. Benning also there. Bryant on it to Benning. Loses to Kansas City defense out in front of Kansas City's net. Iowa keeps it in the zone. Back hand pass to Marin, but Kansas City's going to finally clear it. Ladd to chase down the loose puck. Picks it up in front of Iowa's net. Tries to send it out of zone. Collected by Bryant at the red line. He's got 2 in front, works around 1. Backdoor Kansas City member strips it off. Lobs it off of the glass, picked up by the Stars in the red zone. Pass over Iowa's blue line. Goal attempt goes wide. Iowa trying to peel it out of the corner. Looks like Batten up to Fitch. Fitch picking it up in the neutral zone. Cherry picked by Kansas City off of his stick. Recollects it on the boards. Fitch tries to clear it out. Kansas City goes down, sits on it. Stars to reclaim the puck. Batten picks it off of their stick at the red line. Fitch looking to make sure we're on sides. Fitch works it around his own team members. Pass intended for Widlund. Fitch to Batten. Batten with a backhanded attempt. Deflected off the goalie's pads there. Kansas City clears it. Picks it up out of the corner. Widlund was on it. They're able to pass it off. Kansas City continuing it in and out of neutral zone. Coverage all the way around. Cherry picked off of their stick. Anderson to collect it in Iowa's spectator corner. Tries to clear it out of the zone. Stopped by Kansas City. Fitch again on it this time. Getting some assistance from Anderson. Batten picks it up in the neutral zone. 1 in front. Tries to deke it around. Widlund trying to help pick up the scraps. He misses it. Goes through neutral zone. Gordon picks it up. Brings it backside of the net. Changes direction. Kansas City gets on it. Tries to pass to their member on the other side. Iowa trying to clear it out of the zone. Able to do so. Kansas City working to slow him down, though. Austgen at the red line. Stays on it. But we had a Flattery hanging out in Kansas City's zone. Offsides call for Iowa. 3:03 left up on the clock. Flattery on the drop for Iowa, working around several Stars players. Getting some pressure on the wall. Kansas City is going to take it over. Sends it along the rails, backside of their net. Iowa picks it off, keeps it in the zone, dumps it back. Picked up by Kansas City behind their goal line. Kansas City picks it up inside their own blue, brings it into neutral zone. Kansas City this time with offsides. 2 of their players hanging out on the wrong side of the line. Kansas City going to win the face-off there. Gets it cleared into Iowa's territory. Capper to pick it up, sends it along the boards, along the backside of Iowa's net. Kansas City keeps it in at the blue line, sends one all the way up. That one deflected off of goalie's pads. Iowa picking it up, brings it into neutral. Pass into the center, picked up by Austgen. Austgen over to Flattery. Flattery with no one. Nice shot attempt, but that one's going to be scooped up. Benning on the drop for Iowa. Puck is down. Kansas City controlling the puck after the face-off. Going to clear it out of the zone, bring it in neutral territory. Ladd trying to chase it down. Kansas City going to get to it first. Dumps it away from the boards. Iowa collects it, sends it, forwards it up to Benning for a moment. Marin was there. Benning picks it up, brings it in the zone. Shot off, deflected away. Ladd keeps it in the zone, sends it all the way up. Kansas City defense member out in front of the goal can't stop it. Benning takes it out of the corner. Marin there in the center loses it. Bryant tries. That one's going to go wide. No one on post on the other side to knock that one in. Iowa on the far side keeps it in at the blue line, sends it back wide of the net. Ladd off of the wall with a shot attempt. That one going to be shut down and sent around. Kansas City tries to dump it out, but instead he's going to send it up over the wall. .108 left. playing some good tunes in here this morning. That's always fun. Widlund for Iowa on the drop. Puck's down. Stars getting it back to their D member. Fitch comes in, tries to pull it out of the shuffle. Ultimately, Kansas City going to break the zone, bring it in and out of neutral zone. Iowa trying to slow them down. Stars hit it out of the corner. But we're going to see the first penalty of the game, a slashing call. Unfortunately, that slashing call is going to be against Iowa player number 92, Fitch. As Iowa finishes the remaining 48.6 seconds of period 2 on a penalty, and it looks like they're doing minute penalties for these games. Batten over on the far side, trying to clear it out. He's got 2 in front, 2 in back, able to deke around all of them, keeps it going, gets a shot off. Stars deflected away, puck stays in play. Stars pick it up, Batten also there trying to slow him down. Can't quite get there in time before Kansas City dumps it into Iowa's zone. Anderson picks it up. Anderson to Widlund. Widlund drops it back into the neutral zone. Shovels back and forth. Gordon on it, trying to snake it off, getting some assistance from Anderson. Kansas City stays with it. And they're going to hit it. Almost looked like it hit the pad. And as it bounced off, just the angle of everything, it bounced inside the posts. Stars get goal number 3 with 6 seconds left on the clock. Iowa is still on the penalty kill for that, so that's going to be a power play goal for the Stars. Bucs still leading 4-3. 5 seconds on the clock. Batten coming out of the zone with it. Loses it just inside the blue line. Fitch to pick it up, and that's buzzer number 2. All right, period 3. Things are starting to get close. 12 minutes back up on the board. Again, Iowa leading 4-3 over the Stars. They finished period 2 on a penalty kill. That was a slashing call that was made against Fitch there. O'Steen trying to lose his tail. Gets a shot off, and that one bar down. O'Steen put number 5 up on the board for Iowa. Staying in the fight all the way to the end there. Flattery again on the drop for Iowa. Kansas City wins the faceoff, brings it into Iowa's zone. Capper was there trying to slow him down. Kansas City going to get a shot off. Westvold pounces on that one, covers it up. Flattery again on the drop. Kansas City with a shot, and that one's going to go high. Goalie intending for it to be a low shot attempted. Responded going down a little too quickly, and it went up over their shoulder. Stars now with 4 goals in this game. Bucs leading just by 1, 5-4, 11:23 left in period 3. Benning on the drop this time. Gets it back to their D line. D1 over to D2, sends it up to Bryant in the neutral zone. Bryant carrying it into the zone, following the boards. Look to get it up to Benning. Can't quite connect with it. Kansas City gets in there. Benning tries to turn it around. Kansas City going to cover it. Benning on the drop again for Iowa. He's got Marin and Bryant to his left and right. Benning over to Bryant on the wall. Bryant getting sandwiched in there. Benning digs it out. Marin there on the ready, tries to get it over. When deflected away. Marin had gotten tripped up right in front of the goal. Benning again. Gets it over, intended for Bryant. Kansas City going to pick it up, sends it out. Looks like Ladd was there. Ladd keeping it in the zone. Marin to Bryant. Bryant trying to get with it. Kansas City from the backside. Too much pressure, sends it off. Marin picks it up, backside of the net. Marin to Bryant. Bryant trying to stay with it. Marin trying to get in there, but Kansas City going to come out of the shuffle. Benning picks it off. Benning trying to work around several of them. Dekes around a few. Loose puck all the way up to Iowa's Stars goaltender. They cover that one as well. Widlund this time for Iowa as they have a line change. Anderson keeping it in the zone. Batten over on the far side. Sends it back into center. Fitch looking to keep it. Wasn't able to connect. Iowa again trying to work it around. 6 getting locked up. Widlund finds it. Over to Batten. Batten trying to overstretch and pick it up. Unable to do so. Widlund trying to get it in, but we hear a buzzer. Widlund back on the drop for Iowa. Both teams trying to get it out of the ref's feet. 6 again locked up. Batten on the boards. Widlund going to sweep it out of the corner. Kansas City helping out the Bucs. Shoot in the puck on their own net. But Tate Widlund, number 52, going to get credit for that goal. He was the last one to touch it. Bucs with a new lead, 6-4 over the Stars. 9:54 left in period 3. Iowa with a shot count of 23, nearly double of the Stars at 12 so far in this game. Puck goes into into the Stars zone first, but only briefly. Stars cleared out in a neutral zone. Stay with it, bring it into Iowa. Sends the puck deep, going to go wide of the net. Wacht there, putting pressure on the Stars. Able to pass it off to Widlund. Widlund continuing it out to Batten on the boards. Batten comes away from the wall with it. Loses it in the shuffle. Kansas City collects on it. Things getting a little choppy out there. We have a whistle. Kansas City player is down. Takes an extra second getting up on his feet. Heard his mom yelling at him from across the rink to get up. He's up back on the bench. We reset here. It was an offsides call that caused the blown whistle. Flattery on center gets it back to Iowa's D members. O'Steen continues it up and out, picked up by Flattery in the neutral zone. Austgen too far ahead of that line. Offsides call against Iowa this time. Flattery again on the drop. Kansas City is going to push it out at the faceoff, sends it deep into Iowa zone. Kansas City putting the goalie in the net, but Iowa goaltender able to deflect it away. Iowa fighting for it over in the corner. Curley over there, Austgen and Flattery. Flattery going to come away with it. Cross ice pass to O'Steen. O'Steen trying to maintain possession of it as it does come into Kansas City's zone. Kansas City going to pick it up though. Passes it off. No one there, but she's going to dump it a little too far. Icing call on Kansas City. Bidding on the drop for Iowa. Bryant and Marin again on that line for offensive players. Looks like Anderson on D trying to help break it up from Kansas City. Brought it back into the neutral zone. Gordon also on defense. Knocks it in. Kansas City keeps it out of their zone. Bryant finding the puck. Marin trying to get open for him as Bryant works around all the way into the corner. Gets it up to Marin. Marin trying to get on the right side of the puck to get into the net. It's going to get lost by Kansas City. They're going to dump it off of the wall. Anderson picks it up. The Iowa's blue line. Up to Marin. Marin brings it back into the zone. Marin dumps it deep. Kansas City to pick it up. Marin again picks it up over in the corner. He goes down hard. Can't get his stick down as it was in between the legs of the Stars player over there. Puck finally comes away with the wall, and Stars are going to clear it out of the zone. Anderson deflects it away. Good thing those chest pads are also upper back pads because it comes right off of the number on the back of his sweater. Stars keeping it in the zone. Marin with a little shove that takes a Stars player down. Did it right in front of the ref, too. Iowa on their second penalty kill of the game. 1 minute penalty. So Marin, we know, is in the penalty box. As far as what the actual call was, there wasn't a signal. So we're going to assume checking, back checking, something of that sort. But 40 seconds left on that penalty kill for Iowa. Kansas City working hard to clear it out. It looks like that was Capper there that did a little bit of a helicopter spin. He's back up on his feet, able to respond to the puck. Kansas City loses his stick on the far side. Iowa fighting hard to keep it out. Dumps it to Widlund. Widlund tried to clear it out. Kansas City keeps it in the zone. Wacht again over in the far corner. Dumps it back. Same Kansas City player at the blue line. Widlund trying to deke it around. Batten trying to sneak it off, but it's going to be dumped again there. Wacht, instead of going for the puck, is just going to park Kansas City. Batten picks it up. Gets it up to Widlund. Widlund stays with it this time. 2 out in front. Iowa should be back to a 5-5 now. Widlund sends it off. Stopped out in front of Kansas City's goal. But just as quickly as Iowa's penalty kill ended, they replace it for a power play, a minute power play at the 6:08 minute mark in period 3. Iowa's advantage with the puck reset over in front of Kansas City's net. Kansas City to pick it up backside of their net, looking to send it to somebody, able to dump it off to the other D member on the other side. Austgen tried to slow him down, lost his foot. Kansas City brings it in and out of neutral zone. Ladd over on the far side, and O'Steen. Kansas City with this shot off, deflected off the pads of Iowa's goaltender. Iowa to pick it up, in and out. Flattery's on it, trying to get around the 2 D players. Hits it off of the outside corner post there. Kansas City to retrieve it. Austgen tries to keep it in the zone and able to do so. It goes into neutral territory. Flattery off of the wall. Flattery with the shot. That one wide. Iowa to respond to it. Sends it back to their D line. Over to Curley from Ladd. Curley finds it again. Sends it along the wall. Austgen along the back wall, trying to get some help. Flattery in the mix as well. Kansas City is going to able to dump it. We're back to even strength. Ladd, back pass to Flattery. O'Steen picks up the loose puck. All of it right here along the boards. It's going to go back into Iowa territory. Ladd, cross-ice pass. Gets it on up to, it looks like that's Austgen with a slapper shot as he takes a knee. That one goes high. Austgen tries to pick it up again. Kansas City deflects it, carries it in and out of neutral zone. They try to get a shot off, and it's going to be soft, deflected away by Iowa. Goaltender, Iowa keeps it in play. Flattery brings it out, pass up to Benning, but it's going to be intercepted and picked off by Kansas City. They bring it back in. Shot off. That one deflects out of the center palm of Iowa. He's able to get it down on ice and cover it. 4:15 left. Full strength game. Benning on the drop for Iowa. Gets it over to Anderson. It looks like Anderson pass intended up to Marin, but there was too much interfering that pass. Kansas City deflected it off, gets it into Iowa's territory. Benning in the corner along the rails, picked up by Marin. Marin leaves it behind, able to retrieve it again, works around one. Kansas City to pick it off. Anderson trying to fight it off the stick now. Anderson in the corner sends it down range. Bryant picks it up, brings it in and out of neutral zone. He's got pressure all the way as he rides the wall. Marin on the far side trying to slow him down. Kansas City going to dump it off. Gordon with the slapper sends it up into the middle. Kansas City deflects it out. Iowa picks it up outside of the zone. Anderson dumps it in. Marin's yelling at him that don't send it yet. I'm still offsides, but must not have heard him. Offsides call against Iowa. Kansas Fitch. Widlund on it. Brings it into the zone. Dumps it out all the way up to the post. Deflected away. Iowa picks it up, trying to center it up in there again. Keeps working on it. Back to Wacht. Wacht sends it up. Deflected by Kansas City member who's down. It's in between his legs. Uses a hand to push it out. Batten, Fitch, both had action on the puck there. Widlund trying to peel it off the wall. Kansas City going to clear it first. Puck clears out of the zone. Wacht on it. Wacht trying to get it up to Fitch. Doesn't connect. Kansas City going to pick it up out of their far corner. Pass along the backside of their net. Sends it up. Capper tries to keep it in the zone. Unable to do so. Wacht chasing it down. Going to pick it up inside of Iowa's zone. Stops behind the goal line. Resets. Soft pass up. Batten going to retrieve. Batten pass off of the wall. A lot of mustard on that one. Probably going to be an icing call. Yep. That one against Iowa. And right before we reset, it looks like the Stars called for a timeout. 2:09 left in the period. Bucs leading 6-4. Their shot count that's recorded up on the board is 26 to the Bucs, 16 to the Stars. Again, we do play again at 1:30 later on today. Shane going to be streaming that game here on YouTube for you guys. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head the name of the team that we're playing, but look out as they'll make a event here on YouTube so you know where to come find us later on. All right, timeout is over. Iowa fighting hard to pick it away from those two Kansas City players. They're going to be able to dump it out in front of Iowa's net. Iowa with an empty net. I apologize. Stars with an empty net. They had 6 players on. It worked to their advantage as they put one in. 1:49 left. Bucs leading only by 1 goal now, 6-5. Widlund on drop for Iowa at center ice. Kansas City to push it through. Iowa not letting them have it. Batten going to be the first one to break out of neutral zone. He's got one in front and behind. Kansas City breaks it off of his stick, dumps it back. Wacht keeps it in. Wacht with a hard send down line. Fitch and Batten both there trying to work it out of the corner. And off the wall, Kansas City going to come away with it. Bring it back into neutral zone. Capper trying to slow down Kansas City's momentum. They're going to backhand it across ice. Again, empty net for the Stars, and Iowa sent it down range, and it went just outside of Kansas City's net. Kansas City brings it out of their zone, in and out of neutral as well. Capper deflects it away. Wacht picks it up, almost takes the ref's head off. Kansas City keeps it in all the way up. We hear it hit Iowa's goalie's stick. Battle behind the net. Ref calls it dead. We still have an empty net on the Star side. 48.9 seconds left. Widlund back on drop. Widlund gets it over to his D-man, who tosses it out of the zone. But a little too much sauce on that one. So we pan back over. 41 seconds now. Widlund, puck's down. Kansas City going to take it back. It's going to skirt just on the outside of the tender's legs. Picked up in the corner. Iowa fighting for it all the way. We see Wacht come out of the skirmish with it, sends it down line. It looks like it bounced off the back of Widlund's head there. Kansas City picks it up in the neutral zone, carries it back in. Capper on it. Capper sends it down range. Johnson with the high stick for Kansas City slows it down in neutral zone. Kansas City picks it up. Iowa strips it off. 10 seconds left. Iowa sends it down range. Oh, and it hit the post. Deflected away. Kansas City going to pick it up and take it around the back side of their net. 2 seconds. Kansas City sends it down range. But buzzer number 3 saves Capper a trip of running down range, trying to chase it down. Bucs with win number 2. 2 for 2 so far. Winning this game 6-5, a much narrower margin than yesterday's win, which was 13-5. Very close game, back and forth on both sides. Total shot count, Iowa Bucs with 26, Kansas City Stars with 20. See you back at 1:30. Do you know who we're playing at 1:30, Shane? Well, so far it's been a good weekend. And it looks like we're playing New Prague at 1:30. All right. See you guys back later. Thanks as always for watching. Have a good one. Stay safe. Bye.